Hey guys, Mike Wallace here with the York Baptist Association. This is our next edition of our e-newsletter that's coming out. And man, I hope you're having a great day. It is a gorgeous Tuesday afternoon. Beautiful first day of March. Been thinking a little bit about the situation in Romania, the Russian invasion, and all that's happening there. Not just there, but just the events around the world. Our president will give a State of the Union address tonight, and I think many people have some pretty pessimistic views about things that are happening not only in our own country but around the world right now, and maybe rightfully so. But it reminded me of a sermon that I've preached quite a few times before, and Matthew chapter 16, where Jesus asked his disciples, "Who do the men say that I am?" Then he asked them directly, "Who do you say that I am?" And Peter, remember, he said, "You are the Christ, the Son of the living God." And Jesus said, "You're right, Peter, son of Jonah. You didn't come up with this on your own, though, but my Father in heaven has revealed this to you. And I tell you that upon this statement of faith, upon this confession that you made, I will build my church, and the gates of hell will not prevail against it." Ladies and gentlemen, when we come up against hard times like this, particularly thinking about that Romanian church right now, this is not the time to take our foot off the gas. This is not the time to retreat. This is not the time to lock ourselves behind the walls and hope that things just get better. As a matter of fact, it's just the opposite. We are the Church of Jesus Christ. We were created for this. We are His. We belong to Him. We're empowered by Him. We're protected by Him. We have His promises. Now, I'm not saying in that hard times won't happen for us. Something will never go wrong. As a matter of fact, I think He makes it pretty plain and clear to be just the opposite. He allows persecution to come. He allows hard times to come because it's in these times that He demonstrates His strength through us. And so it's for these times that we're created. It's for these times that His church can shine. I remember a pastor making the statement years ago. He said, "Against the darkest backdrop, light shines brightest." And so, the backdrop is pretty dark right now. So church, it's time to let the light shine, right? Some years and years ago, as a matter of fact, when the communists invaded and took over, and Russia expanded its territory throughout that part of Eastern Europe, and communists came into Ukraine, that Ukrainian church went underground. Now, I'm not necessarily talking about the Orthodox Ukrainian church, but I'm talking about the evangelical Christian church went underground. And it was assumed that it had been wiped out, that it had been smitten. But when the wall fell and communism fell in Eastern Europe, and Russia went back to its original boundary lines, they discovered that not only had the church not died in Ukraine, but it had grown, it had thrived, and it came out stronger than ever. And so now we're watching that same strong church look at the face of opposition and demonstrating to the world what light can look like. And so we're praying for them. Let's continue to pray for them. But let this be a lesson for all of us, ladies and gentlemen. Jesus said, "Upon this rock I will build my church, and the gates of hell will not prevail against it." Listen, gates are defensive. They're not offensive. The picture that's painted there is not of a church that's locked behind the walls. It's not a huge fortress where we're just waving our white flags and saying, "Just wait till Jesus comes and takes us home." Gates are defensive. They don't run off to battle. Gates are made to hold people back. And so when the Bible says the gates of hell will not prevail against the church, the picture that's being painted there is the church is offensive. The church is the one that's on the offense. It's taken the battle to hell itself. And when we get there, the gates of hell will not be able to hold the Church of Jesus Christ back. That's who we are. That's who we're created to be. It's time to live it. Let's be the church. God bless you. Have a great day.